And we're live.
Okay, word. Wow. I know y'all probably been wondering where the we been.
Yeah, they got us, man.
Right? Nah, they didn't, but they did though. But they got us in a different way, mentality way. But I'm actually kind of glad that we took a little hiatus because I wanted to give me enough time to think about stuff, and I kind of wanted to start off on this premise about saturation and oversaturation
Mm.
of the information and the truth trend. Truth, being truthful, is trendy now. So much so that it actually dilutes the truth. It's not as bitter.
Mm.
Truth is supposed to be bitter. It's supposed to be something that makes you uncomfortable, at least to a certain degree. But I believe a lot of the truth that's coming out now is too feel good, and I think that's a problem because that shows to me indicates that the truth movement has been infiltrated by the deceivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? It just seems like everything's just so easy. Everybody just put information out whenever they want. And I just feel like it's so, what's the word? I guess uniform, I guess. Like,
Hmm.
it's like the news, you know? One news channel is going, oh, and there was a bombing. And then you flip to channel 5, oh, there was a bombing. And you flip to channels, oh, there was a bombing. So that's
Hmm.
like how social media is right now.
Hmm.
Oh, did you hear that there's this? Oh, did you hear that there's this? Like people are just watching other people's videos and other people's information and just being like, oh yeah, let me just put this up here for likes, for views. I don't really care
Right.
if I believe in it or not, because all these people always talking about conspiracy theories. And like you said, now it's such a big thing. Oh, well, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. But they're not doing anything about it either.
Right.
They kind of just like, well, did you see this? And then they're like, oh, 500,000 likes. Awesome. Next, part two, you know?
Hmm.
It's not, okay, so here's how I took the information and now I'm starting to change or trying to change my life. Or I'm trying to like bring awareness to this shit because it's real. Like, it just seems like it's just all entertainment.
Hmm. Yep, it is, and that's a clear, telltale sign that it's been taken over by controlled. It's all the word for it. What I'm talking about is controlled opposition. They'll have somebody, somebody like a AOC or Alex Jones or them type of people. They'll put them out and have them talk and act like they're against the establishment, but in reality, again, it's all about the bottom line, the numbers. How much traction can you take away? Can you bring to yourself and take away from the real stuff?
Mm-hmm.
The real thought provoking stuff. So yeah, I'm just saying that to hopefully inspire anybody that's listening to you know increase your discernment. Don't be impulsive. Control your pheromones,
Mm-hmm.
and just always be on the lookout and understand that the battle is the war is never over. It's never over. The
No.
spiritual war they want our spirits, they want our energy all the time. No matter how much truth you know, just always be on guard.
For real, because it's always at your front door. Like, as soon as you walk outside, it's some shit. Like, like, I don't like. It's just the same stuff we've been talking about. It's just getting out of hand, I guess, and it's just harder to follow along for people who actually are trying to learn about what's really going on. It's like social media is that's just what social media does. Everybody gets on it. Everybody puts what they want on there, and they're like you said, their bottom line is just for likes and just for this and just for
Right.
money and just for the trend. So none of that shit that they probably don't even believe in any of that shit.
Right.
Like they probably just like, oh, I seen this on here. Like like a perfect example, I guess, of what we're talking about is like you've seen there's like this the Jeffrey Dahmer shit's on Netflix, right?
Hmm.
So now that's a nigga that was doing some pretty crazy stuff, basically like, oh, taking niggas hostages, taking niggas hostages, you know what I'm saying, and cutting their brains open and eating them and shit. But like that's supposed to be something that's supposed to be like, yo, watch out for these niggas. Like, look for the signs. Like, that is a serial killer. This guy is a serial killer. Like, this is the type of thing you should be looking out for. Now people are making memes about it. Like, oh, there's like a scene where I guess Jeffrey, where Dahmer's getting drunk or whatever, and he starts like dancing with himself, and everybody's like, yeah, this is me when the trap comes on. This is me when fucking da da da. Like, okay, but this nigga had a lot of fucking problems. Like, had a lot of things. Not a lot. I don't know if they were. I don't know what his life was about, but like the way they were telling it was like, yo, look out for this. Watch out for these people. There's serial killers out there. Now the serial killer thing is a fun thing. You know, like it's always been, I guess, kind of entertainment because you got people like Michael Myers, you got Freddy versus Jason, you got Jason, and they turned all that serial killer shit into, oh, haha, like, yo, this is lit. Like, yo, you want this around? Yeah, I want that serial killer because look, I can make fun of it. So once you start making fun of this shit, it starts becoming accepted. So now when everybody else starts exhibiting these same type of fucking these symptoms of whatever, people are gonna look at it and be like, oh, ha 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 ha, nigga, like whatever, and then that's just gonna be serious. Like, it's not like none of the truth or none of the shit is being taken serious anymore. None of it matters to anybody. As far as I can see, everybody it's just a fucking joke, you know?
Right. Because it's the over sensationalize. That's the word. They sensationalize everything, which then desensitizes everyone.
Yes.
So we're just, and then they make it seem like it's so far away from home that it can't really happen, and then because like they'll only tell these stories, like they'll only tell the characters like like that person you're talking about right now. They'll only tell the characters that they want to put out when, and then make it seem like it's some kind of like far away or it can't happen to me type of thing,
Yeah. Right.
So all of that plays into it. And back like what you were saying about the social media, uh, I was just listening to something today and it was saying like, like YouTube, Rumble, all them things. That's the new mainstream media. Like,
Yep.
you go on YouTube now, you're seeing NBC, CBS, ABC, the top hitters, at the top of the CNN, saying they're all at the top now, and then you see, you go further, you see actors, actresses, celebrity, athletes, all types of public figures right there in your face now. They're doing the podcast now, they're doing the the Instagram lives now. They're doing all the stuff that we do, as the common folk.
Yep.
They're doing all that, and I'm trying to shine a light on what I was saying before. Like, that is a telltale sign that there is a concerted effort by whatever puppet masters out there to now dilute, muddy, distract, and whatever you want to do, like, to take away from the truth movement, the real us finding stuff out,
Yep. Yep.
because the term conspiracy theorist isn't as much of a derogatory term as it used to be probably like 20 years ago. Now it's cool to be a conspiracy theorist. It's cool to be against the grain and all that stuff, anti-establishment. All that stuff is cool now. So that the puppet masters, the elites, they at the end of the day, what matters, the bottom line for them. You know what I'm saying? So they'll go with any type of trend, even if it seems like it's going against them. They'll go, because guess what? They have this thing called, again, controlled opposition. They know how to do it very well. They have all the psychologists. They have all the psychiatric people. They have all of them. So they know, when you hear about the think tanks and stuff,
Yep.
that's what they do. They sit down and think of ways to play society for their benefit all the time, and they pay people to do that. It's not even them that's doing it. They pay people. There's paid people to do it.
And you'll hear it. It'll be like, oh, research shows or studies show, or They use the same words on the TV. They use the same words on the fucking boxes in in the books and everything. And those like and people just look at it as, oh, okay, well they did research, da da da. Okay, but who they do research on? You know what I mean? Like, who are these targets that they're, you know what I mean? Who are they using this shit to control? Like, most of, like you said, all the stuff that comes out is got somebody in there controlled opposition. Social media, perfect example. Are you kidding me? Like, why is it now something social media? Why is it now regular media? Like, why is NBC on there? Why is CBS on there? Why is CNN on there? Don't they got the TV? Don't they got the whatever? But again, it's all to control you and make you feel like it's all a joke when it's not. Like, come on. Like, we got TV shows out there that are just watching people do everyday life shit. And we got people watching that shit and going, damn, my life sucks. Compared to some shit they're seeing on TV. When we already said TV ain't real in the first place.
Right.
So why is everybody... And that's why I keep saying, people go online and be like, oh, TV is a patent for such and such a blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then your next video will be like, oh, check out this Netflix show.
For real though.
Like, okay, great, but you're trying to wake up and try to help everybody else wake up, or are you doing that, or are you just going with the flow because that's just, like you said, the next thing that's trending? Stupidity is hashtag trending, you know, like it just stays that way. And the more people that speak said truth, or the more people that try to put truth out there, the real people who put the truth out there, now they're becoming, or now they're looking like, or they're feeling like, yo, this shit don't really matter no more. Like, they, like, not saying that the opposition won, but the people that we fuck with is too dumb to see it. Like, we talk about, oh, you can go ahead and fucking, they're buying up all the farmland and this, that, and the third. Okay, so you're gonna tell me about that conspiracy theory. 4 or 5 people are gonna tell me about that. But then 4 or 5 people aren't gonna be like, oh, we're putting something together to buy farmland. We're gonna work together with the people, use social media for what it's used for. Social media turned into a joke. TV turned into a joke. Life is turning into a joke. And the only reason why it's turning into a joke is because apparently we can't get it together to change the narrative. We can't change the narrative because we're still stuck on them controlling what we're seeing and what we're doing and what we're seeing, what we're hearing. Most of the shit that comes out, like, there's mermaids and like other life forms and all this other shit, right? Okay, well, yeah, people will tell you about the mermaids and everything, and then they'll be like, oh no, this can't be real because, you know, we haven't really seen them, or the government hasn't told us, or whatever. But then you'll go back and be like, the government was lying about mad shit, and you are still telling me that this isn't real? Like, what they're doing isn't real? What they're doing to us isn't a part of something? It's all for likes. That's what you're doing it for. You're not doing it to help us out. We're trying to help out. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just trying to tell you the difference between this and that. Like, look out for the shit that's happening on both sides. Pay attention, recognize the signs, so you can do your own discernment and you can find out what's real and what's gonna help you. So you don't just get caught up in endless cycles of the same information over and over by 7 to 10 different people.
Right. And it's like, I've been like on this wave for a long time, and I lost friends, or not even. There's just people. I found out who a lot of people were. Let's put it like that. And
Boom.
and when I, was really, in the beginning of this, even when we first started doing these files on people, we were like, I was saying like, yo, we're not gonna do this forever. We can't.
Mm-mm.
Because we already are aware. We made you guys aware and let you guys know that we are also aware that they are listening to us, not just us particularly, me and him, but us as in the people that do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously, not to show their hand, they will, flood the market. You know what I'm saying? Just like, think about it with music. They flood the market with all types of different musicians, and to hide messages now, to hide the real positivity with other messages that they want to get out. You know what I'm saying? They flood it, flood it, flood it, flood it. Oversaturate. That's what I was saying before.
Mm-hmm.
Oversaturation. Oversaturate it so then that we become desensitized to the real stuff, and now everything just sounds like white noise. And the same thing's happening right now with this stuff. Even not even it's even affected me where I'm like I can't even indulge in the information anymore because now it's like oh my gosh, I have to really pick and choose stuff I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening to like to a higher degree. Like before I thought I was good and I was good for a minute. I was good for a hot minute, but now it's like everything is just and then you're listening to sometimes the people that you used to listen to they were like I'm realizing that some of the people that I listen to don't have like the level of discernment like how I feel. Like I feel like they don't have it as high because even some of them I can't watch anymore because it's like, yo, you're doing exactly what I'm saying right now. Like it's too much. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too much, and with no, it's like with no point to it. You're just
Yeah.
telling me all this stuff, but what's the point though?
Like,
What
where's
is
the
it?
action
You know
at?
what I'm saying? What comes next? Now that I know this, even with all the stuff you already done told me, what I was supposed to do with that? What are we doing that? What are you doing with it?
Right.
You're
Right.
telling everybody all this stuff. What are you waiting for? What's the point? You want us to do something? You want us to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of I've been into a lot of who we are uh, type of topics and stuff like that, where trying to find out, are we really are we really descendants of slaves, or
Right.
are we descendants of people that have been here the whole time? Because I remember one time we was talking about this, like, yo, maybe we've been in Africa, maybe we still in Africa this whole time. You know,
Yeah.
I hear a lot of times, oh, America is Egypt, like, and then you find out about all these hieroglyphics and sphinx and pyramids that's here in America that they try to hide and stuff and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's cool and everything, but at the end of the day, again, what is the point of it? You know, is that to go and unify everybody? Well, but even still, even so, you know, that's it's kind of crazy because now I'm about to go kind of off topic a little bit, but now I'm thinking about it. It's like in regards to that, how could we even confirm that without going through the same people? Like I'm to the point where it's like, yo, all right, I'm gonna have to just let go of the past because they control the past, and if
Mm.
I go seeking out the past, I'm going to have to go to them and through them, and then that sends off the alarms right there for them. Oh, they're coming now. They're coming
Right.
now. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta take what we can learn from it and do something new. Like stop. We can't revert and go backwards. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what a lot of people are getting stuck at because they're like, oh well, how do I go back to that? No, it's not. Learning about that is not to. The point of that is not to go backwards, but to move forward with what you have right now and what you're learning right now. You should
Right.
already have something of yourself already. You know what I'm saying? So that all this other stuff we learned about the past is just a bonus. It's not. It shouldn't be making you. You should already have been made already. You know.
Mm.
I know it's kind of heavy, but yeah. But really, I really also wanted to talk about a name that I wanted to drop today. It's not really a name of a person, but it's a name of a company. Um, PayPal
Hey.
recently said, probably a couple of days ago, that they're gonna fine. I guess I'm gonna say the word fine. I don't think fine is the right word, but they're gonna fine people $2,500, not 25, not 250, but $2,500 if they suspect you of like misinformation.
What does that even mean?
What is
how
that,
they,
right?
How are they gonna do that? Like PayPal isn't. I don't. Isn't PayPal just the money?
Right. So, actually, I got a clip, but I'm gonna have to get off the live. So, if you was on Instagram live watching me, sorry.
Oops.
I'm gonna have to find the spot. Sorry. I'm gonna have to find the spot in the video because I had just seen this today, so I have to find it. But actually, it shouldn't be that bad. This is a clip from Grease Monkey videos. I'm gonna play probably about 2 to 3 minutes of it, and I'll get back into it real quick. All right. Okay. All right.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with what's going on with PayPal, but they made an announcement the other day that they're going to charge everybody who has an account with PayPal $2,500. I didn't say $25. I didn't say $250. $2,500 every occurrence of where if you do something that violates their policy. For example, if you say something that they disagree with and you have a PayPal account, they can take $2,500 out of your account and put it into their pockets.
What?
Let's read this, and then what I want to do is I want to go over this PayPal Twitter feed right here, because what's interesting is almost every single. Let me go to PayPal right now so you can see it. This is PayPal's Twitter account. Look at this. Even things that don't have to do with the announcement that they just put out a couple days ago about taking $2,500 out of innocent people's accounts because they have an opinion that differs from PayPal. Even if it doesn't have something to do with that, they're getting ratioed on just about everything that they upload. Look at this. It's got 119 likes, 866 comments, 82 likes, 1,800 comments, and wait till you see what some of these comments say. But here's what it says right here. This is from, let's read from the Daily Wire. And then I'll tell you that there's an update because they retracted this. I wonder why. Did you get some pushback? Did you get a little heat that you didn't think you were going to get, PayPal? Or is this part of some kind of psychological operation that we don't fully understand, and our reaction is going to play into what they're trying to set up down the road? New PayPal policy lets company pull $2,500 from users' accounts if they promote misinformation. This is from the Daily Mail. A new policy update, and I just want to reiterate, since then they've made an update to this update, and I'll read that to you in a second. From PayPal will permit the firm to sanction users who advance purported misinformation, and who's going to determine what's the true information and what is the false information? Oh, of course, they'll be the arbiters of that truth. Or present risk to the user's well-being with fines of up to $2,500 per offense. So if we found out that you engaged in what we term hate speech, $2,500. If you promote something as dangerous that we say is safe and effective, misinformation, $2,500 per occurrence.
Wherever your business needs to.
Nigga.
How?
Alright, see, the
What?
bitch ass YouTube wanna be a hoe. So, but I mean, we're getting the gist of it right now. I mean, there's a little bit more information I want to share, but I see like you're itching at the bit to say something, so you can go ahead.
That shit don't make no fucking sense to me. Like, how is that even, like, how are they even gonna do that? So they're telling me, so basically, they're becoming another social media thing that just deals with your money.
Yeah, which is like the worst thing.
Yeah.
The worst one right now. It's the worst one. But yeah, and all of that was, and bro, this is all a like part of the slippery slope from back when Trump was still president, and people when he came up with the fake news,
Yeah.
and then they came up with misinformation to combat that.
Yep.
And people were like, yeah. But I've always been a proponent, not as a supporter of Trump, but I was like, not even, it has nothing to even do with that. But I was more like, no, like we can't allow for the whoever to be like, tell us what is truth and what is not.
Exactly.
We cannot allow them to think that they could do that. Because once they do, now we're here right now. We're right here. And it could get even worse. He even said, oh, this is the beginning of a psychological shit. Nah, this ain't the beginning. This is like the middle, if anything. Because that shit already been had started from back in the days. Like 3, 4 years ago.
Just like,
You know? So, but yeah, there's a little bit more information I want you guys to hear. So I'm about to play this, okay? But yeah, there's some bullshit, bro.
definitely.
You know, on the fact check, all that shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I can't post shit now. I can't say shit without a little disclaimer on my shit, bro.
Yep.
That's why I don't even be posting like that no more.
And then I'm gonna get fined too.
Like now, yeah, right. I can't even use the PayPal, my G.
Bro,
Don't send me no PayPal money.
Dog, yo, I'm about to yo. I
And
gotta go
you think it's gonna
disconnect
end
that
at
shit.
you think it's gonna end at PayPal,
Hell no.
Cash
Cash
App,
App, yup.
Venmo,
Zelle,
all
Bank of
them,
America.
all them Johns. That's next.
Just so
'Cause-
they can fucking.
Because they're really trying to push us into the social credit score system, like
Yep.
how they did in that Black Mirror.
Yep.
They're trying to push us into that already. Because China's already doing it, so they want us to be doing it, follow suit.
Shit, if you want to start do some type of basis like, oh shit, this is where the world's going. If you haven't seen Black Mirror yet, that is where you can start, or where you can even just follow through. So you could be like, oh, this is how the world's going, and you can draw your similarities. Cause this is crazy right now.
All right. Oops, sorry, I forgot to turn down the damn volume because of that damn rude ass commercial.
Dollars. If you don't have it in your account, well, they'll just sue you and put a lien on your house or your vehicle until they get it because you violated terms of service.
Oh shit.
The financial services company, which has repeatedly deplatformed organizations, I've been deplatformed. I'm deplatformed from PayPal and from what PayPal owns, which is Venmo, and I've been deplatformed from Patreon. You can only find me now on Cash App, at least today, and Subscribestar and Buy Me a Coffee, and that's it.
Fuck.
Everybody who was given to me on Patreon and PayPal and Venmo, gone, done. We will economize. We don't care. You got to feed your kids. We don't care about that, Brian. We don't give a damn if you can't make your house payment. You can't put food on the table. You violated our TOS. I don't care how many kids you got, that you have to feed.
That's
Who
fucking
cares? Bye. Economic terrorism 101.
Because they have all the control.
And individual commentators for their political views will expand its, quote, existing list of prohibited activities. On November 3rd, and this has been revised, but this is what they said. Among the changes are prohibitions on, quote, the sending, posting, or publication of any messages, content, or material. Did you get that? Any. So if you have a Twitter feed that has nothing to do with PayPal or your PayPal account, but you own the PayPal account and you own that Twitter feed, they're going to put those together and say, hey, you peddled misinformation. You put out misinformation on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram, and they all talk to each other or on YouTube. $2,500 per occurrence. So if you put out 10 tweets a week and they all constitute misinformation, then in that 7-day period, that's 10 times 2,500, which is $25,000. It's crazy. So they prohibit the sending, posting, or publication of any message, content, or materials that, quote, promote misinformation, again, who defines those terms, or present a risk to user safety or well-being. Oh, that's harmful content. That's hateful content. You're bullying and harassing, says we. Users are also barred from, quote, the promotion of hate, violence, racial, or other forms of intolerance that is discriminatory. So if you question the motives of BLM, for example, or you wear a shirt like Candace Owens and who's that other guy? Black dude.
Kanye
What's
West.
his name? I can't. The guy with the Yeezys. What's his name? I can't remember. I drew a blank. Anyway, you have a shirt that says, or you sell a shirt in
Skull shape. The power of a smooth.
This is ridiculous.
No way he didn't know about nobody's Kanye West.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, again, slippery slope stuff. Slippery slope. That's all this is like. He's alluding to is that slippery slope. We allow them to start doing this. Who knows what else is gonna go
Exactly.
come next? All right, let me finish this. Let me just finish it up. We'll rewind it a little bit because that commercial. Okay.
I can't. The guy with the Yeezys. What's his name? I can't remember. I drew a blank. Anyway, you have a shirt that says, or you sell a shirt in your store, or you tweet "White Lives Matter." Guess what? Hate speech. That's hate speech. You violated our terms of service. Yeah, Kanye West. Thank you.
Oh yeah. All right. As long as you knew.
Yeah.
Yo, and it's so crazy because it's like, I've been saying this for I don't know how many years. Don't get caught in the slogans. All the slogans. That's what's Boston Strong, Black Lives Matter, Yes We Can, or the other joints. All the other joints that they be saying, safe and effective. I got my shot. All 6 feet distance.
Yep.
Wear a mask. Mask save lives. Whatever. All them slogans are meant to be like a barometer or a gauge on the temperature of society. So the more of you that go out and put hashtag BLM or hashtag I got my shot or hashtag this, that, and the third, that all goes into the algorithm. They're seeing that you can't see this shit, but they can see the shit of how many times people type that.
Yep.
So now we are giving them access into the hive mind, and now they know how to control it, which way or whatever way to suit the agenda for whatever it is. Climate change, all that shit.
That's wild.
And that that's just something to be aware of. And that last part he was talking about, the White Lives Matter. I think that fake outrage that's coming out of that is so funny to me because it's like it's the same shit I'm talking about right now. It's just to get you guys to get in your fucking feelings.
Mm-hmm.
People been saying White Lives Matter, but now all of a sudden now it's a thing now. From the first time of Black Lives Matter, there was people saying White Lives Matter from the beginning, and All Lives Matter, all that shit, Blue Lives Matter, all that. That was there from the jump.
Yep.
But now because one of their controlled opposition puppets, Kanye West, Candace Owens, etc., now it's a thing. Because y'all, especially my people, my black people, I'm talking about my so-called black people, what the hell was that?
Yeah, they coming.
My so-called black people, a lot of us really can't understand that it is a multi-front war that we're fighting. It's not only people that don't look like you. They have people that look like us.
Yep.
Doing it. You understand? If these are alien, reptilian, monster people, what they have the technology to look like anything. They could look like anybody.
Right. CGI, green screen.
Period. You go to my page. I have plenty of videos of them showing how easy and quickly they can manipulate how somebody looks on the TV. Right, live.
Yep.
They can make somebody with hair look bald. They can make somebody with no mustache have a mustache. Go through so many faces.
Mm-hmm. And they still got, and they even still, we already know they still got the masks and the synthetic faces and all the extra shit too. Like, none of this shit is, oh man, I don't know.
All this shit is you take with a grain of salt.
Yep.
Again, people think I'm funny, but when I say this, but like, yo, if I'm not there, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't do it to myself. Because then I could be misleading somebody else by telling them about it.
That's just crazy, man. It's just wild. It's dumb. It's crazy. And the only reason why it works is because a lot of us, or people that, citizens, people, whatever you want to, the public, I guess, the people who are not part of the government, believe the government. That's the only reason why it should be working.
They believe the government, but more so, even worse, they believe that people in the government can stop it. Like, my nigga, your little fucking deputy brother-in-law is not gonna fucking stop the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or your little FBI cousin that works fucking at the front desk somewhere. It's not gonna stop shit. Do you understand? Everything's compartmentalized. You guys really don't understand the shit of how what we live in is actually a microcosm of the bigger picture. When you go to work, do you fucking know what the CEO is doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you go to church, do you know what the pastor is doing?
Nope. You just know that nigga.
You just know what you're supposed to be doing. That's it. You don't know nothing. The shit else. You know what you've been assigned to.
Exactly. And
that's
what they
it.
tell you. What they telling you how to act, how to do, and what to do, nigga. Stand up. The Holy Ghost got you. Oh, sit down and give me your money. Oh,
Ching ching ching.
you know what I mean? Like, but we like, and that's what I keep saying. Like, how is it that nobody can see that? Like, everything that goes on is either for you to be afraid of, to control your mind, to make money off of you, or to drain your energy.
And a lot of times it's all three.
Yeah, every day. As soon as you wake up, you get on your phone. You see some shit that you wish you had. Boom, changing your mind, making you feel like, oh damn, I wish I had that, or oh, I wish I could do more, or whatever. But like, all that shit is fake that they got up there. They're giving that shit to them so they can control you and make you feel like you need that or you want that or whatever because they fucking or they fucking made it seem like it's so necessary to have. Like all this high end luxury food and shit that they be showing on TV. Oh, you need to eat lobster. You need to eat this sirloin beef. This nice cut of this blah blah. Okay, or this candy or this soda. And that shit still looks like it's still recording.
Oh, okay, word.
Looks like it's still going.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure.
At least I hope so. Anyways, but what was I gonna say? What was I saying? Shit. Basically, they use these celebrities and everything to just make you feel like your life isn't worth, or you need to work harder. You need to do some more things. You need to have all this shit that they got. But like I was saying, like all the stuff, like the high end food and the clothing and whatever, like all that shit isn't even good for us. Oh, you need to buy these big bottles of alcohol and big bottles of champagne and da da da. Okay, you do that. You buy that shit. You get a hangover. You drink all that. Now your liver's fucked up. Now you're all fucked up, right? Okay, cool. Well, the celebrity said da da da, and that's what I keep trying to say. Like that little example right there is basically the public and the elite right there. Oh, well, the elite said we need to take this medicine so I can get rid of this problem that I got. They're not even telling you the real information, but they're actually giving you misinformation. But you're gonna believe it because of their authority figure or their status or whatever. But even still, then the only thing that gives them their status, their celebrity status or their popular status or whatever, is themselves. Or you do.
Right, it's your attention, your devotion to listen to them, your indoctrination, all that stuff. That's they feed off of that. They feed off of that. They knew they got you since you was 5 years old. That's what they feeding off of, and they know that hey, at least for the next 25 years, this person is gonna be under our boot.
Yep.
You know, they might hit 20, you know what I'm saying, might hit 25 and break out of it, but at least for them years, them first few years, we got them, and we probably still got their parents, because if we got them for that long, that means we have their parents for that long as well, because their parents is allowing that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly.
You know? They want the lifelong They want the lifelong sycophants, the lifelong brown noses, yellow bellies. They want the lifelongs of those, people that's I'm allegiant to power, frank ass,
Yep,
you
niggas.
know. So there's a lot of that type of splish going on. Whereas I don't even want to call it splish. There's a lot of splash of that.
Yeah, right.
There's a splash of that.
That bad shit.
All over around. You know what I'm saying? The AOE, the area of effect in which they strike us with the conditioning is vast. Like it covers many lands. And then they have, so then it's like, to me it's always like, yo, people that they try to ostracize and say are weirdos, whatever, I kind of start, I've always been somebody who gravitated to them, but like now with my level of discernment, my brain, I gravitate to them even more. Like people that say don't listen to that person, or like especially the establishment. When the establishment is telling me not to listen to them, that's when I listen to them. I turn that shit up high, loud, volume. Because it's like, what do they got to say? Why y'all trying to censor this person?
Right.
Why y'all trying to censor this organization? Why you trying to censor this group?
See, and if you been paying attention, all the people that get silenced or censored or whatever, y'all don't, you just don't get censored for no reason. You don't, like, that happens because you're saying stuff that people shouldn't, that they don't want other people to know. And that's all it is, because anything else that's on TV or whatever that they're doing, they let that shit flow.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you go, oh no, nah, here's what I found, it's all of a sudden it's a wrong thing. But what I also still don't get is that all this fucking research and all these people doing this research and all these people are bringing facts saying that what's happening is wrong. Yet the government and everybody else says that what they're doing is wrong, and everybody else believes the government. But you don't think that the person who is on your side, like you're another people of the people trying to bring this information to you, you don't think that's weird? That you don't think that's like, why shouldn't I listen to this person? Why shouldn't I give this person a chance? Oh, I'm sorry. That's all right. That's right. All right. You already fucking believe over there. You already believe in the GOV, the elite. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even matter. That's what I keep saying, because like we were talking about at the beginning of this video, or I mean the beginning of this podcast, it doesn't matter. It seems like it doesn't matter anymore what truth you really want to put out there, because it's all being, like you said, oversaturated and whatnot. But even the oversaturation is like being like they're oversaturating the saturation. It's so many people talking and so many people having ideas and opinions and going to look up stuff and whatever. It's just ridiculous how people just don't understand that there's another way other than the GOV. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like people just throw everything else out the window and they're just like, nah, my president's right.
Yo, and it's really, when I face those type of situations, scenarios of those encounters, whatever, with those type of people, they always remind me of how actually the scales are tipped, are tilted. Like it's really way more of those type of people than people like us, like you and I,
Right.
Who live in the bubble, seeing the comfort bubble, which is outside of the truth bubble. You know what I'm saying? They live in those spheres of influence where they don't want to think about anything past their freaking 6-foot barrier of protection from germs, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I go on the train. I don't. It may sound off topic, but it's relevant. I go on the train or I go into public spaces, and I still see people living in abject fear of whatever germs, and I just watch them and I see how brainwashed they are, or how like whatever. Not I don't even know if brainwashed is the right term anymore, but they're so of a certain thing where they actually will ignore their own eyes, what they're seeing. They wear masks, gloves, everything, and then meanwhile being surrounded by people that's not doing that, and not dead, not exploding, not, you know what I'm saying, not fucking
Dropping dead.
you know what I'm saying, dropping dead. Nothing's happening to them. Nothing, and these will be people that they see more than once in the week. Because a lot of people, when they use transit, they use it more than once in a week.
Yep.
So it'll be the same people they see.
And what gets me too is they think that that those buses and those transits and everything are fucking sprayed down clean daily. That's what still gets me.
Like my G, I don't focus more about washing your ass more
Thank you.
than this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you just fooling yourself. You putting on extra fear, extra stress on yourself,
For nothing.
and it's stressing me out because I'm looking at you be dumb.
And then you're gonna stress me out because I'm gonna say something or I'm gonna do something and you're gonna fucking give me an attitude.
For real.
And I don't got time for that.
Nah, because you know you dumb.
That's
And-
the perfect example right there.
And for real, and it's, every day I see that stuff, and it takes a lot out of me to just ignore it sometimes. Like, I will literally watch people, like, let's say we're walking on the sidewalk, whatever, outside, bro. Outside, butt naked outside, walking towards each other. Me going one direction, them going the other direction. And they will literally pull their mask up just to walk past me in 1 second. And it's like, how are you listening to the information but not even really absorbing it, what you're listening to? Ain't no way you could catch nothing from me for a 1 second walk by. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about we outside walking past each other. That's it. And niggas is on some, put that shit up. And then pull it back down.
Yo.
Or they'll wear the mask, right? Bro, they'll wear the mask on the train or some shit. And then they'll have their little snack or whatever for the breakfast, whatever. They'll pull the mask down to take a bite, bro. And then put it back on. Bro,
Yeah.
that shit already just got in right there on your fucking bagel.
That's what.
This shit was floating around on your bagel the whole time, my nigga. Or on your straw. It's there. You already good. You already got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
that's the cognitive dissonance. That's what they call it. Cognitive dissonance, where your brain has now been conditioned to a point where it's not even doing common sense. Like, it's not
Right.
doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because common sense will say the germs is everywhere.
Yep.
And it lands everywhere. It's not just when I fucking take this mask down, that's when it lands. No. Germs land 24/7 everywhere. Don't matter.
And if it's in the air, you're breathing. You're already fucking breathing.
Bro, unless you got a fucking astronaut helmet shit on, bro, them germs is already... Bro, do you not know you have pores?
Dog.
You think that them shits can't just go through your pores?
Nigga, are you not living in the air?
Like, are you kidding me?
You're not the bubble boy, my nigga. Like,
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, that type of stuff always reminds me how how actually the scales are tipped. Like, there's a lot of that other stuff. That's why this stuff still goes on, because there's a lot more of them on that side that's being controlled than people like you and I who are exploring outside of that.
yo, they used to say common sense is not that common. Shit. If that shit ain't relevant. But see, it's always been relevant. Everything's been relevant. Everything has been, the public is stupid. Like, it's always been like that. You got people saying that shit every time, every day. Like, there's stuff that goes on that's repeating in history right now because we didn't learn from it from before. There's still wars going on. Like, America is still in power because the citizens are afraid of the government. But in the Constitution, it says, nigga, if the shit ain't working for you, you can abolish it. But what is it? Are we afraid? Must be afraid. Or what is it? Are we just don't know how to come together? We just don't want to learn? We just don't want to do it? Most people are just happy with this shit? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, the truth just don't seem like the truth no more? Like, you just don't want to believe it? Or is the truth now just, everything's just conspiracy? Everything that's truth is conspiracy now? Or is everybody just afraid? Because if you're afraid, you've been living like this. You've been like this. This ain't nothing new. You're just now learning about it. And maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it is. Like, we didn't learn about it in school, so you don't believe it. But there's mad shit that you learned outside of school that you fucking go ahead and take, and you pay attention to, right? Like, come on. Why is this anything different?
Right.
Why is this anything harder to understand?
Because again, I feel like a lot of people, for them to, adhere, to dive in or go down this rabbit hole, it takes away from all their comforts of living here.
Right.
But it's like, damn, you really comfortable, happy living in this, knowing that 24% of your annual pay doesn't go to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're paying for, property taxes, but you bought the land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't pay them property taxes, you lose that shit. Did you buy that? Is it ever yours? Is anything ever yours?
Right.
So much. What is a birth certificate? What is that? Certificate. What is that? Like everything. License to drive. License to fish.
I can't
Fish.
I can't grab rainwater and fucking clean it and boil it and filtrate it myself.
And people don't. They don't inflation, and people don't. A lot of the everyday person is not going to combat that. They'll complain about it, but they won't combat it because they'll be like, "Oh, it is what it is. This is how it's supposed to be." Not knowing shit about economy, not knowing shit about none of this shit works. You're just saying it is what it is. But then you take fucking 5 minutes, you take an hour of learning this shit, of even just scratching the surface, and you're like, what? They played me here. They played me 9 weeks of Sunday right here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's just an hour. You let alone people, and then you realize that people actually go to school for this, to learn this, and they do this to us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's what also gets me.
It's crazy.
Like everybody's playing a part of the game, and they're all losing. No matter what controller you got in your hand, no matter where you are. Like, I was thinking about that too. Like, the meter maids or parking meter people or whatever, y'all are out there looking for people. Oh, you're not parked right. Oh, you can't afford. Well, what if people can't afford the parking meter? What if people can't afford? What if people are just running in here because they can't afford to park their shit on the street because they don't got gas or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, no,
Bro,
they don't care.
Bro, that's what I be saying. Like, yo, you really don't have to do that. You really don't have to
Right.
report it. You bus driver. You really don't have to force somebody to pay a fare. Like, you
Thank
just let
you.
them on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Every time I get blessed with one of them, I'll be happy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't have to do that. Parking people, you don't have to do none of that. So then it shines a light on that there is an agenda to get numbers. Like, there is an agenda for that, to fuck with people.
To piss niggas off, to piss people off every fucking way you can.
Like, that's what that is. Like, this is a system of like negativity, like to make people feel bad and down. Like, that's like all these things we're naming and plenty more of them, like the pharmaceutical industry, medical industry,
Police.
all of that. They're all geared towards making people feel bad. Like, it really is. And then it'll give us a feel good story here and there, so to get more of us to buy into it.
Shit,
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, that person got their cancer healed. Let me go over there. And then, oh, we can't do anything. It's stage 4, malignant, you're going to die in 2 minutes.
But if you want to stay alive, though,
Here are these pills, man.
10 grand a pill.
You know?
You got it?
And then there's 45 side effects.
Right.
You know?
And the motherfucking doctors will give it to you.
They will give it to you.
They will, no hesitation. Oh, I'm gonna write this prescription for you. Go down and get that.
Right.
Do you fucking take and then that's the thing too. Like, doctors, do y'all take the medicine that y'all prescribe?
Right.
No. Dentists, do y'all use a toothpaste? Well, 9 out of 10 dentists say. So what about that one motherfucking doctor? That one motherfucking dentist, right? What about him? Oh, we're gonna get this. Censor him. Because he's speaking the truth. Because he knows that this shit ain't good for us.
Right.
Oh, okay. So we'll just say 9 out of 10 doctors. We're not even gonna fucking put the reason why that doctor didn't say that.
Yeah, what he got to say about it, for real.
But 90%, that's an A in my book. That's enough for me. All right, but that 10% right there, that's all it takes to kill
Yeah,
you.
we ain't talking about a damn test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See?
Where there's 100% result. Like there's not 100% of an expectation. These are all opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nine out of 10 doctors. That's opinionated shit. 9 out of 10 doctors agree. That's opinion. Agree. That's an opinion. That word implies opinion. You understand? So y'all not even thinking like that. Oh, these scientists or most scientists agree that that space is real. Okay, agree. Still, y'all don't understand the words. Like how is most society dumber than me? Like I'm just a regular nigga.
And they said most, not all of them, most of them agree. So most of them are gonna feed you this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
You know,
Like it's
like y'all gotta listen to the words that they're using when they're talking about stuff.
man, listen.
Like the other day, probably sometime it was like it was actually a few months ago. Probably like around June-ish. They sent a craft to crash onto a freaking asteroid to demonstrate how we could divert the path of an asteroid, from Earth, whatever. And they're over there cheering, blah blah blah. And I'm watching the video. I'm watching the video of the craft approaching the asteroid,
Mm-hmm.
and then crashing into it. And I'm over here saying like, nigga, that shit. Who's to say any of this shit is real, bro? Like I could easily pull that off, put a grayscale, and have like zoom in on a rock and go in man slow on it, like, and that I could say that's what that is.
Yep.
There's no. It's only of one camera. It's not like a camera watching that happen. But people's out here sucking that like, oh my gosh, we are our overlords, yes, sucking that shit. We getting taxed yearly, daily, fucking millions, billions of dollars by these people for them to crash shit into shit. Maybe.
And on top of that, like that's the way y'all gonna divert the fucking shit, the asteroid, just by crashing some shit into the shit. What
Right.
about all the fucking technology y'all got? Where is all that shit at again?
Yo, I need to see some laser beams, nigga, hit that shit.
See?
Zoom, disintegrate that hole.
That's what I'm saying, and I know y'all got it. And that's crazy because y'all got movies depicting this shit.
And see, that's another thing right there. You just said it right there. That's how they get to people with the movies.
Yeah.
Predictive programming.
Yep.
They put it in our minds so we could think that that's real.
Shit.
So then you go and you watch the broadcast, and they go back to the control room, and you see all the scientists or whatever, the technicians, cheering and whatever, doing all their things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to the untrained eye, they're gonna look at that and like, oh wow, like they really did it. But to me, that's like they are also just as dumb as you, who's believing that, because
Yep.
they believe that shit too. They believe they did that shit.
And man,
Again, like I said earlier, it's all compartmentalized, so they don't know what the CEO is doing.
right?
They're just some niggas. That's just some regular desk niggas. They don't know what the agenda is. They don't know. They don't control none of that shit. They think they're controlling that shit. They don't control none of that shit.
Right? They're not the board.
They're just
directors.
watching the shit. We're watching people that actually are getting paid to watch it. You're watching it for free, and they're getting paid to watch it. Nothing. That's all. That's it. That's all. That's all the interaction is. That's all that is. It's nothing more to it. But a lot of people can't. This is too heavy for people. Their reality's crumbling, and they're already turning me off right now.
Man, and I think about that shit every day. Just today, I put up a whole status saying like, all right, so you got movies, TV shows with seasons, series with seasons, movies with a part 1, part 2, part 3, entertainment purposes and whatever. And then you got sports that also have seasons. So if they're gonna make TV shows with seasons to make shit up so they can follow a whole story, why wouldn't they make up a whole story for sports so they can keep you followed through all the way up until however long? Like that's another fucking another thing would be like, oh, well, these are all celebrities. But why are they celebrities? Because you guys watch them. You guys take your time and pay attention to that shit. Just the same way you take your time, you pay attention to NASA. Oh, we gotta cheer NASA on. So NASA's gonna create another season and be like, oh, here's another fucking. On today's episode, we're gonna da 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 da. You don't know if it's real or not, but you'll watch the TV and be like, oh, that's fake. But you also watch TV and be like, oh, some of that shit's real. But the problem is, they aren't telling us what is and what isn't. The problem is, we have our own way of doing research where we can find out things that are on the internet that were written by the same motherfucking people, the scientists, these people, that the doctors, the dentists, or whatever. They did their own research on their own, and they proved a whole different point. So I'm just supposed to just dismiss this whole point over here, but then just take in all this bullshit that y'all just feeding me right here and just be like, oh, that's cool. That person didn't do that. Why can't what is it? Why? I just don't understand, and it just bothers me because it's like everybody wants to be right,
bro,
but nobody wants to be like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, everybody wants to be right, but nobody wants to work together to prove it, to keep it right, to keep us on a different path than what the hell is actually going on. Like,
right.
We talk about, oh, we gotta eat the 5 pyramid groups: candy, this, that, and the third, sugar, bread, blah blah blah. All that shit's bad for you. You got people not eating every day and they feel the best. So what am I supposed to do? How do I believe? What am I supposed to believe? Well, the doctors say that if you eat all this shit, okay, well, I've been listening to that, and then we got deaths at the end of the year reported in the millions or whatever. But then people who aren't eating all that shit, they're still alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't got no problems. I'm listening. I'm watching. Fucking, I fasted for a little bit and felt fucking amazing. I eat this shit, drink this shit that they tell me to drink, and I wake up feeling like shit. So I'm just saying, what's real and what isn't. It's up to you, I guess, to understand and really figure it out. But it's also up to you to test these fucking theories and really go and try to prove the shit that people are saying or disprove the shit that people are telling you.
Right. Yo, and and to break it down even simpler too, my nigga, do it for yourself, man.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people is doing this to try to prove, like you said, to be right or whatever. Nah, it ain't about being right or being wrong or proving somebody wrong. It's about you and your life. Find what works for you. Stop always relying on somebody else to tell you how to be alive and how to exist. No, again, I ain't never seen nobody that's alive that has life figured out. I don't care what nobody says.
I don't see nobody. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
I don't give a fuck what
that
nobody
nigga
says.
don't exist.
You know, that niggas don't exist or they dead. Because once you figure out life, I just assume the next logical step is that you die. You figure out life and you die,
or you ascend and you become,
you know what I'm saying? You disappear
air,
or whatever,
whatever
happens.
You just disappear.
You know, you got to go to the next stage. You feel that life figured out. You to the next point. So,
shit, better just get out the fucking trap. Get out the real trap. Like, there's the trap, and then there's another trap, and then there's more traps.
So it's, a lot of that stuff is, secular. Like, it goes around and stuff, and we could talk about it all day. But where we at right now?
Shit, we about to be done.
That's what I like to hear. That is what I like to hear. Because, to be honest, I mean, I said a lot to you people, so I'm done talking to y'all.
Hey, shit. Hey, go learn it for yourself. Go do what you gotta do for yourself. Work out, eat better, drink water, mind your fucking business. I don't know, man. I just know that whatever's going on out there ain't working for what's going on in here. It ain't working for what's going on in my body. It ain't working for me. It ain't working for whatever the fuck I believe in. All this shit is working against me. And I can see that. And I'm listening to it. I'm watching it. There's just problems all over the place because of what we listen to and what we take for granted as real information. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. If the shit that they tell us was all good and dandy and whatever, there wouldn't be motherfuckers going against it. That's it. Deuces.